welcome back. I'm going to say this is your midday broadcast of your feel-good show, not just a breakfast show anymore. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got you for the next half hour, and I cannot wait. Our attention today is firmly on women who are flourishing despite difficult circumstances, particularly during the current pandemic. It's hit so many so hard, but there is hope. And our first guests are from the ladies from Give Her Hope, a small business that exists in Salt River in Cape Town to train and employ women in creating handmade, all-natural, beautifully smelling, as I'm picking up right now, soaps to generate an income and provide for their families, ticking just about every box. Joining us right now is the marketing director of Give Her Hope, Kate Gunston. Kate,
thanks for having us, Graham.
A pleasure, and thanks for bringing all the smellies, as my mom would say. Absolutely beautiful stuff. I'm looking at the side of the soap here. Sustained dignity.
Yes.
Dignity, giving a woman back her dignity, because we know this country exists because of women. Yeah. And that's where communities are surviving, that's how families are surviving. Take nothing away from the hardworking gents out there, but this is the bottom line for South Africa. Give Her Hope. I love the name, I love everything that you stand for, and I've barely even gotten to know who you guys are. So in a nutshell, who are you as an organization?
So we, as you've already said, we exist to provide just a platform, employment opportunity for women, specifically in Salt River at the moment. It started actually back in 2014 by Jo Loizides, and she has a group of women that meet called Sunshade, and out of there she just identified a need that there was many women that were unemployed, coming from very challenging scenarios, and providing skills that they could use their hands and really create something beautiful and make money to provide for their families was a obvious choice, and grew from there to become Give Her Hope, and employing women today.
When you look at the product, I mean, the finishing is beautiful. It's not just about kind of doing something and putting out there and selling it and making, the packaging is so beautiful. And in order to be able to stand out and make it profitable, you've got to be able to knock it around with the big guns out there. How did you arrive at these products in this kind of finish? Because this looks like you guys have been around for years, and that you've got a massive factory and production line and marketing team. I mean, the finishing is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we actually started out as Hope Soap, and hotels were actually donating soaps to us so that we could start and make without very little space and equipment. And we realized actually we really would love natural quality products of our own, and put our own creative edge in there with scents and play around with creativity around that. So that was the heart behind it, that we could create a beautiful story in someone's life, but as well as an incredible product that our customers can also be part of that story with their skin enjoying it, as well as playing a meaningful role in these women's lives.
Premium quality. I mean, I smelled the activated charcoal, lavender and vanilla, which is amazing, and it also looks so beautiful.
Yes.
Rosemary and lavender. It is very relaxing to me. Okay, I'm like one of those guys that likes to have a bath and have a bathroom full with these beautiful scents.
The whole experience.
It stimulates, but it looks, I mean, the hipsters in Cape Town must love this. It really, really is cool. I'm sure that the most gratifying, validating part of this are the individual stories, the people that you're helping, the women that are being empowered through this process. How many women have you been able to help through your endeavor?
So 5 so far, 2 of which have gone on to other exciting opportunities, which is also part of, it's not supposed to be a stagnant space, it's supposed to be a skills development and providing a platform for women to feel empowered a bit more holistically, which also speaks to the packaging and the ingredients we use, being part of playing a role in the environment as a holistic sense, which plays part in the women's stories. And so the women employed then have been able to use those skills that they've developed to go on and do other things. Currently we're employing 2 women, and there's a team of volunteers that help support the business to help it grow and flourish, which is ultimately what we'd love to see. We'd love to be employing lots more women as we go.
If the model works, there's no reason why you can't get to that point. When you choose to make something, it's great in notion, in theory, to go, okay, we're going to be healthy and we're going to make this all natural. How difficult is it to arrive at a premium quality product, keeping it green, keeping it natural and sustainable?
Quite challenging. You really have to do your research. But honestly, you can do what's in your control. I think if everybody's making small, conscientious decisions every day, we can make a really large difference. So looking at each of our suppliers, COVID's presented opportunities with challenges and opportunities.
For sure.
Challenges with our suppliers that just weren't supplying, and then it presented opportunity to reflect and realign with actually our values. So we were able to try and avoid plastic as far as possible. You'll see most of our stuff is glass. Pumps are really challenging to get not plastic. But otherwise we use cardboard and natural oils. You won't find animal products in there. We just look into each of the different sectors of our supplies as well as raw materials, just to make sure that as far as we know and far as possible, it's aligning with our values.
What you can't replace, you recycle. It's as simple as that, man.
Exactly.
You can do it. There seems to be an element of creativity. Where does that come from? How have you been able to, do you think, brand in the way that you have and create this unbelievably cool look and feel?
Well, honestly, Sharon, who you'll meet just now, she's the creative entrepreneur of Give Her Hope, and she has such a bright creative flair, and being able to research and come up with ingredients and recipes, and seeing how the metamorphosis of the ingredients, how as individual the oils they stand and the scents that they stand and how they come together to this final product really is so satisfying, and she'll share more about that later. So I think combined with the quality of life that we're trying to see in the women's lives, and communicating that through packaging, we just see that all coming together nicely, and our customers see that and they recognize that and buy into that.
And they get to do something amazing with every little purchase.
Exactly.
I love that. You guys are on an incredible trajectory. I have no doubt you're doing something remarkable, and the products speak and smell for themselves. Kate, thank you so much. We'll get into how people can support you and where we can buy these amazing products, but you want to stay with us. We're going to be talking to the makers of these artisan soaps, then we're going to get into the kitchen as well to get into another inspirational story. I know this COVID-19 year has taken so much from us, but it's also starting to give us new hope and new opportunities that we never could have dreamed of. So stick around to be inspired.
welcome back to it, your feel-good show. It is Expresso. We're live here on SABC3 at the start, well, not the start of a brand new week, but it is Tuesday, the start of maybe looking into a new hopeful life and a new way of living as we continue the conversation with the three women behind the sustainable of all natural and handmade luxurious Give Her Hope soaps. Now, what's more captivating is the story behind the business, giving hope to previously unemployed women by training them to enable them to provide for their families in the community of Salt River. They've done such an incredible job in that space. But of course, the women are here to share with us their personal stories now. And we welcome Sharon Faduku and Brenda Adams to the show, as well as Kate, of course, who's the marketing director, who still is here with us. Ladies, welcome. It's so good to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
And yes, indeed, you have brought with you some really great smelling soaps here. This entire studio floor is smelling amazing. But let's start maybe with your story, ladies, Sharon and Brenda. I know that you come from I think a bit of a difficult time and a difficult background. Let's talk about your story and how you got to join this business. I'll start with you, Sharon.
So when I joined this business, I had just recently come to the country, and being new into a society, I needed a place where I could go and socialize with other ladies because I knew absolutely no one. So I heard about the Sunshine meeting ladies on Tuesday mornings, and I went there. That's when the opportunity was presented to learn how to make soap, and I was just fascinated with the procedure, and I wanted to be part of it. Yeah.
And what's your life story? What led to you coming to the country, and what is that story like?
So it was more political and economical turmoil. I was just a new mom then, and it was really, really difficult to just provide for my little child there, and was searching for a better opportunity somewhere else, and that led me here. And it was a very difficult situation. My partner, when he first came, he came with only his papers only, not even clothes on his back, because that's how bad the situation was. So we wanted to be able to provide how can I say this? A balanced place for our children to be raised in a society that is peaceful and calm from our kids.
Brenda, let's talk about your story. This has been such a life-changing opportunity for you, and that's really just shown you so much, but really taken you out of a really, really difficult space. Maybe let's touch on that a little bit.
I was growing up in Salt River with my parents, and I started working on age of 18 for my parents. I get my first child when I was 21 years old. So nobody did work in the house. I provide for my parents. And after the 25 years old, I get my second child. And then we find out my life was not so easy and nicely. And then I found out that I'm HIV positive. And my little baby did also have HIV positive. But then I thought, my life is over. What can I do? And so I talked to my mom. I told Mom, I'm going to go out of your house. I'm going to stand on my own feet. But keep my kids, but I will still provide. And I go to Salt River, and there I meet some friends. And one friend of mine told me about Sunset Ladies. I was just going there, and then this is where I meet Sarah and them. And yeah, then I was just watching Sharon, how she doing the soap and what. And when I say, Sharon, can I also do it? And she said, yes,
and
try.
And new hope.
Yes.
New hope. Because you felt like your life was over and nothing better was going to come out of it. But look at these soaps, and the products that you make are not just products. They're not just wonderful products that they're great in quality, but they really have a great story behind them.
Yes.
It takes a lot of skill to make anything like this. And maybe let's talk about how you have been empowered since being a part of this business and joining this and making these amazing products. Sharon?
Well, for me, it not only makes my creative juices flowing because I really like to create stuff.
Yes.
But it also provides for my family. And it's also flexible that I can be there for my children with time for them and also make income for them as well. So it suited me really nice because it's not that time consuming.
Yes.
And I'm doing something that I love doing, working with my hands.
Yes, it does sound like it is a combination of one, yes, being self-sustainable, self-sustaining, but I think number two, being able to tap into a passion, because you get to really express yourself and your passions through making the different products that you get to make. And how's it empowered you, Brenda?
For me, it's like sometimes when you feel down, like when I feel down and I make my soap, I don't think about what I did go through, but what I can able to go and see in front of me. It is how I made my soap, with a clear mind. It let you relax and everything.
It's therapeutic. Kate, this has been a really interesting journey, I think, for you as well, being able to take the message and the word and spread it across the nation. But if there's one message that you can share with all the ladies that are watching right now, who may be like what Brenda was feeling at some point, feeling like they've lost all hope, that there isn't a future, that they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, what's that message?
Use what's in your hands and take the next step forward. There's a opportunity out there, and as Sharon and I were talking earlier, mentioned, actually there are avenues available for people and platforms with women. An encouraged woman is a force to be reckoned with, and being able to have opportunities to have a hand up together rather than a hand out is actually what we're about, and those places and spaces exist, and you're fully able to take hold of them.
It's not just about creating employment for the women that we're seeing here, it's about creating empowerment for communities, because when you do empower women, when you empower mothers, you really do empower communities. I know that at the moment you operate in Salt River, but what is the vision and what is the big plan and the goal and the dream for the organization to be able to spread across and reach so many more women out there?
Yeah. Obviously, the point is we'd love to be employing as many women as possible across the country, not even just limited to Cape Town. Currently, we're selling some soaps in Joburg and Durban as well. So as many people that buy into our soaps and partner with us is actually what we'd love people to do. Partner by enjoying the soaps and what we've created, but as well as where we're going and what we're about. And we'd love to see women enjoying the workplace as well as expressing themselves creatively and being able to provide for their families.
It's a feel-good story.
Empowerment.
I love it.
platform.
It is such a feel-good story. Kate, fantastic work you're doing. Brenda, really fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. And Sharon, you're doing amazing in this space. Really wonderful stuff. But of course, this, without a doubt, is a holistic approach to empowerment. Indeed, it's beautiful soaps made by beautiful women with such beautiful stories of courage and strength, and really not just empowering them, but really our communities at large as well. Do check them out on social media. This is the type of business that you want to rally behind, that you want to support. We'll see you after this.
Welcome back to our midday broadcast. Hopefully you have been inspired, and we're going to bring you another inspiring story right now. Our next guest is the epitome of resilience. A mother of 3 from Gugs, Zanele Nkoko. She contracted and survived the COVID-19 virus earlier this year. Then she was retrenched just a few weeks after her recovery, but she didn't stay down. In fact, she took to baking cakes as a hobby, and that has since now become a trend across Cape Town because people love her and they love her cakes. But it all started with her son's birthday cake, and Zanele now joins us in the kitchen to tell us more about her incredible story while we decorate a delicious cake that we're going to call the Expresso celebration.
I love it. I love it.
He's here to eat. Okay,
No, that's true.
That's fine. That's fine.
We know each other. Zanele, I love you for doing what you do. I love you for coming and joining us on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. For being here. How are you feeling now, a COVID-19 survivor? Were you hit hard?
I was hit quite hard. Quite hard. I was admitted in hospital.
Oh, wow.
Spent a couple of days in hospital, then discharged from hospital, went to one of the quarantine facilities.
My goodness.
And Zanele, I mean, that's insane. I mean, it's like with many other people in the country during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, I suppose, you obviously lost your job. You got retrenched in the process as well. So you've just come out of surviving COVID-19 and then you have to hit this entire new challenge. How did that unfold?
It was quite challenging, but then I told myself I'm not going to let it be the worst of me. I'm going to make something out of it.
Yeah.
So came my son's birthday. I was like, I'm going to bake your cake. I'm not really a baker. I'm a chef. So I said to my son, I'll bake your cake. I baked his cake, took it to my family. They were like, wow, this cake is nice.
Yeah.
And then my younger sister had a birthday. I did her 30th birthday cake. And posted on Facebook, orders started rolling in.
A queen.
A queen, I love it. Now we're making 2-3 cakes every single day.
Yeah.
We're making our first wedding cake is in the mix, so we're leveling up as we go. And speaking of levels, you're creating a 3-tier gorgeous creation here. What are you going to make as the Expresso celebration cake today?
Yes, so we're going to do espresso colors.
Okay.
So we're going to go
cool.
with a bit of grey,
All right.
a bit of yellow,
Yes.
and a bit of bling.
Yes, bling. Yes, you got my full attention.
Baby.
Full attention.
Okay, so let me help, please, because I'm
Yes.
useless in the kitchen and I always try to improve, but I'm much better than him. So.
No, yes, everybody is much better.
I'm sorry,
I'll help with the
dragging you,
decor.
man.
That's fine,
Okay,
that's
so
perfect.
Should I start with the grey
Yes,
first?
so you can start with just a touch of grey. Don't go overboard.
Okay. Oh, this is sparkly and delicious.
What's the trick to getting,
Is that enough? Bit more?
A bit more, and then you mix.
Because when do you know when to stop? That was my question. Like, when do you know? What do you do?
So you do a little bit, you mix,
Yeah.
you do again
Yeah.
until you get
You
it
get
right.
the right
yes, until
colour.
you get the right color.
It is.
Oh,
That's
that
like a work of
looks
trial and
great.
error,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
So if
What
you
am I
would like
gonna do?
to
What would you like me to do?
You can throw a little bit of the gold,
Okay.
sun gold on the balls,
Onto
and then
the balls.
just twirl the ball around.
Now, so we got some chocolate balls on there, and then we got some gold glitter. Nothing screams celebration louder than the gold glitter.
But now
and
the
I can
problem
go
is,
overboard with it.
Does every friend and family member come to you like, please make a cake, just a little something on the side? Do you charge your family?
I do not. This past weekend, I made 2 cakes for my niece and my nephew. Everyone at home. I've made a cake for everyone. My sisters, everyone.
How do you feel now? Because in retrospect, COVID is looking very different than when we were in the dark time, as dark as it got for you.
Yeah.
When you look back, how do you feel about this year?
I know some people are like, oh, COVID, it came with this. Some people are quite, they're quite sad,
Negative,
yes,
yeah.
negative with that. But me, trust me, I'm saying, I know it's a bad thing because some people passed on, but then I'm saying thank you to COVID.
Because you
I
tapped
kind
into a
of
new
feel
skill.
like, give me lockdown now and I'd kill it. I'd smash
Yeah.
it, knowing what I know.
Yeah.
You know, but back then I was a mess.
Gone through training.
On my couch, holding my baby. Oh, why is me? Why is me?
Okay, looking at what I've done with the chocolate balls here and the gold, do you think I'm employable at your
Perfect,
company
perfect.
now?
Perfect.
He made meatballs on the show earlier this morning and did it really well.
I think I'm definitely balls going
So you're
around
getting
here.
there.
I'm starting to see your forte, my friend. I'm starting to see your forte.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to apply
now
some of
this
the
one?
grey on the cake.
Okay.
So now you're going to do the electric yellow, which is going to be like a dark yellow. Because I
that's
see
the
espresso
lemon. This
has
is
some
the
yellow
electric.
Yes.
colors.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm guessing just a tiny little
Just a
drop,
little
eh?
bit.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to apply some of the
what is this? This is icing.
Oh, wow,
Yes,
look at that.
it's buttercream icing.
Nice. And when do the balls go on?
The balls are just decoration. They're going
main
on top.
event. My main event. If you want this recipe, please go on our website. It's expressoshow.com. We have loaded Zanele's cake recipe with all of the ingredients that she has used.
We will load it on
we
the
will
website. It's
load
not
it
there
onto
yet,
our website.
but
So it's not
we
there
will.
right now, but later on, maybe you can check it out and it'll definitely be there. Be inspired and maybe just take some notes while we go along here as well. So tell me, do you think now, what did you do before you started baking? You were a chef.
I
Is
was
that
a
what
chef, yes. I've been a chef for the past 16 years.
Yeah. Oh.
So baking was never really my thing.
Yeah.
Did you look down on bakers? Be honest.
Honestly, I always thought that baking, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
Because it is.
no, I'm not doing baking.
Yeah.
But then came COVID.
Yeah.
I'm now a baker.
Well, you seem so passionate about it. Do you think you'll ever go back to being a chef? Will we see you screaming and running around with cooking oil and pieces of meat up and down the kitchen, or not? Not anymore.
Actually, I do. I come from a very entrepreneurial family.
Yeah.
So we have, because my sisters are helping me, a catering business. So I do cakes, I do catering, I do like small events. So yeah.
I'm going to put a bit of.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
do the
Graham's
same. A
yellow's
drop
ready
of,
as
of
well.
the lemon yellow now. And
Let me
just a
help you
tiny
so we
bit.
go quicker. I want to make sure by the time we're done here that this cake is ready,
Yeah, you go
it's
and mix that.
decorated.
You mix that.
Okay, cool. So get those.
And that's all it needs. It's just a tiny little drop. Absolutely beautiful. Where can people go to buy cakes from you? Where can we see what you're doing? Do you have an Insta handle? How do we connect with Zanele?
I do have a Facebook page,
Yeah.
which is called SMJ Catering and Events. Yes, they can go on there.
SMJ.
Very
SMJ.
quickly, as we put the finishing touches, because we're not going to be able to complete everything in time, because true creativity and genius takes time. But do you have any advice for any, especially I'm going to say mothers out there who have gone through a similar experience of this year like you?
Well, in the future, I would like to employ or help women that come from correctional services, give them back their dignity
I love that.
by helping them in the business that I would have in the near future.
Nice.
Them that
Does this go at the
opportunity.
top?
Yes.
Zanele, we're
It
going to wrap
doesn't,
this
it
up. I'm
doesn't.
going to say thank you so much to all of our amazing ladies this morning.
Thank you.
The taste of sweet success. I think we have found a thoroughly deserving person here. Congratulations to you, to everybody for
Thank
the
you, Zanele.
inspiration.
Thank you.
You can follow Zanele's journey on social media, but to all of the ladies giving us hope and dignity this morning, we love you. Have an amazing day.
We'll post a picture of the cake.
I'm stealing one.
Another feel-good production.